Okay.
Finally, is it Masala Chat or Chat Masala?
Chat Masala.
Chat Masala, the name of the podcast.
Very nice. That's a masala chai now.
Yeah, you like this name?
I loved it.
Okay, fantastic.
They didn't keep it. They didn't keep it Chat Masala. Instead of keep it Chat Masala. It's
okay. Soon Chat GPT Masala. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to our new podcast, Chat Masala. We're super excited. We want to bring to you industry leaders from around India and perhaps around the world who can share with young people their stories and what it takes to become titans in their respective fields. So super excited to introduce our first guest, Mr. Shailaz Nag. I know a lot of young people in India today are very interested in tech, very interested in finance, and as well as entrepreneurship. And I think Shailaz here integrates all three. So super looking forward to his insights. Shailaz headed PayU for several years, and then is also the co-founder and CEO of DotPe. I know a lot of you love Big Chill. If you go to the Big Chill website and you want to order, you're using DotPe, as well as I think 7-8 million other retailers, restaurants, and boutiques around the country. So welcome, Shailaz.
Thank you very much for having me.
Fantastic. So just to get started, what are some things you're working on right now with DotPe?
So DotPe has three things. One is as on today, but there will be multiple things which is going to come in the future. The way we look at our business in three forms is one is the commerce angle, another is the back-end angle, another is the marketing angle. So our objective is to provide full tech solutions to the retailers in the country with all the commerce angles, back-end angle, and the tech angle.
Commerce, back-end,
And tech.
And
tech. Marketing, sorry. Commerce, back-end, and marketing.
Got it.
And
marketing.
So presently we are working very enthusiastically, and we are very, very enthusiastic about building businesses on WhatsApp.
Building businesses on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Okay.
So to give you a little perspective, Rahul, 600 million daily active users on WhatsApp in India. So almost 60% of the 50% of the population is on WhatsApp today in India.
Mm.
And half of the businesses works on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
Even I'm sure, Rahul, your business must be running on WhatsApp today.
A lot of it, yes.
Right? But it is not organized.
Never thought of that.
Right.
Okay.
So we are working on building something on WhatsApp where the businesses will fully utilize WhatsApp as a product, and that product will be used for commerce, payments, marketing, and inventory management, everything around it.
This is super interesting because, I mean, millions, if not billions of people around the world are using WhatsApp.
Yes.
And I must have opened WhatsApp a million times.
Yes.
But it never came to me that this can serve as a platform for commerce.
So look at it from that perspective, that you have certain GB in your phone.
Huh.
So you can download limited apps with you.
Mm-hmm.
You will not download an app of a boutique from your wife gets that's a salwar suits, right?
Mm.
You may not download a grocery guy next door neighbor of his app around it.
Acha.
But would you like to keep his WhatsApp to your number? Yes, you would love to do it. Okay.
Very interesting.
Now this number should become an app for him within WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, his phone number is become an app in the customer's WhatsApp. That's what we're trying to promote.
I want to point out one thing because I think you're demonstrating this so well. And we tell all of our young people who want to become tech entrepreneurs, tech is one part of it, but you really need to understand people. You really need to understand how they're operating in the world. As you said, we're not going to download an app for the retailer down the road, but you'll save their WhatsApp number. So I'm actually curious, whenever we interact, you're full of so many creative ideas. What is your process for spotting these business ideas? I'm really curious to know where these ideas come from.
Yeah. So look, I always say to my friends who are entrepreneurs or who are the CEOs that people who know the psychology of the customers and know them by heart, and people who know psychology and know the heart of their team.
Okay.
Now it is about bridging the gap between the two, right? So it is very important that you as an individual should understand people by heart who are your customers, and you should understand heart the people who are building things for you,
That's
working with you, right? Now that helps me understand the psychology or the let me just put it, the romance, which is the heart of the people. If I understand them really well, I can and then if I understand the team really well, then I can bridge the back and create the creativity around this. That's the way I look at it, right? Now, coming back a little deeper to it, is there's something called like or love, right? And like is basically, if you like a rose, you will pluck it. But if you love a rose, you will water it every day.
Achha. Okay.
That's the difference between like or love. And this is where it is not the psychologically which you need to know today. It is a constant process of giving water to your customers, constant process of giving water to your team, and then creating creativities around it.
Got it. And what does that mean for you? Let's say I'm a local retailer. I've come on DotPe. I really want to grow my business. How are you thinking about me and watering this relationship continuously?
Very, very interesting. So I'll give an answer before that. Before that, let me just give you one statement.
Sure.
People think tech finance is an interesting job to do it, but I think sales is the most interesting job to do in life. Okay, because sales allows you to meet so many people, meet so many customers, understand psychology, you can build furthermore around it. Okay. So one thing which I want to tell you, your sale is done when you're sitting with your customer for 1 hour and half of the time he's speaking.
Wow, I've never heard that.
Yes.
So your sale is done when you're sitting with your customer.
And half of the time he's speaking instead of you speaking.
Okay.
Now, how does that happen? And that's where the answer lies very clearly, is that how do you do that? Is that when you go to the customer, you don't pitch, you ask questions. When you ask questions, what's happening in your life, how's the business going, what are the needs happening, then he started telling the problems. And then you tell her, how can we solve that problem? Now, what are you trying to do there is that first is half of the time, if he's telling you the problem, that means he started liking you. Nobody is going to tell you a problem that if he doesn't like you, right? He started telling the problem, then he started liking you. When he started liking you, then nurturing and giving waters to him every day by giving solutions to him is my job.
Understood.
Now, to give straight answer to the question, you have to constantly understand the problems of the customers with their psychology and their business needs, and keep on providing a solution by giving them orders.
Understood.
It's an ever-evolving process.
Lovely. We'll come back to this. I want to switch tracks a little bit and talk about your teenage years.
Sure.
What was the inception? What were some activities you were involved with in high school and college, and how did they shape you? What kind of student were you? Anything you want to share?
So teenage, do you say teenage means 14 to 18, or is it
whatever would be more interesting?
Right? No, look, I was a naughty child. There's no doubt about it. I was very naughty, but I was sincerely naughty. So when I say sincerely naughty, in the sense, when the timing comes of studies, I used to study also, and when the timing comes of badmashi, I do the badmashi. When the timing comes to sports, I do the sports also.
Got it.
So I had a balance in my life, but the most important thing is that I was true to myself. That what I'm good at it, what I'm not good at it, and what I can build on it, what I cannot build on it. Right? So.
And how did you discover that? How did you gain that trueness to yourself? Especially in sometimes in Indian culture, people around you, family, teachers are always saying, "Beta, do this, do that." How did you develop the confidence to say, "This is who I am. This is what I want to do"?
So God was kind to me, and that since beginning, I don't know why I'm always a great listener in my heart. So I keep on listening people and take it and adopt to myself. So I've been always been okay with criticisms in my life, but never taken negatively. Criticism always boosts me to go up further up. Okay.
Wow.
So I was criticized by every teacher that you had these problems. My parents also used to criticize me. My sister, everybody used to criticize me. This you always play sports. You don't play this. You don't do this stuff. So every time I used to get criticized in my life, but I never took it negatively. I always took it positive. Okay, I need to improve this. Right.
Got it.
So I understand here people are listening 20 to 25s and or 16 to 25. My humble request to them, okay, don't. There's a word going called loser right now in the whole teenage world. So you are a loser. I personally feel that if somebody is criticizing, you're not a loser. If you don't take it positively and work on it, then you don't work on it, then you are a loser.
Good point.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I summarize my stuff, I was naughty, but I was sincere. I was very open for criticisms, but I was ready to work on that criticism.
That's amazing.
Very glad. I never used to quit. That this is the way I am. No, I always ready to work on it. And that was, and now I look back and I realize this, but this is the way I am today also.
I think it makes sense because I think these are exactly the characteristics you need as an entrepreneur, because the market, other people are always telling you, or always pointing out, oh, these are things I can do better, and you have to always embrace that, reflect on that, and come back stronger. So.
And let me just add it to you, because this is very critical for these guys to understand it, because the young thing which I'm seeing in this alpha generation is quitting faster.
Yeah.
And that's where I think Rahul is very critical. I want to tell people very clearly that how does people criticize? People criticize in two fashions. People criticize on your face that you are bad and all these things, or people started comparing you with the other stuff.
Yeah, good point.
Right? They start telling you this guy is doing this stuff. That means they're telling you that you're not doing that. Right? Now there are two ways to criticize. Right? One way, if somebody is criticizing you on your face, is your best friend. Right?
Point.
He's your best friend, and take it positively, start working along with it, right? If somebody is telling you the other person's stuff, right, then I think it's better that he also doesn't understand what he expects from you and what he wants to criticize for you.
Got it.
Right?
So are you saying maybe people who compare
are not the best people? People who tell you on the face are the best people, but if people are comparing, just listen and move on. Don't put it in a height.
Okay.
The only thing which I'm telling you guys, in the life, don't quit. Because whatever you do in life till the time you die, 99% of the time people will criticize you. Only 1% of the people will say no.
Really? Even for you?
Till today.
Wow.
Till today, to give an example, even if you make, Rahul, you're running this business for how long?
9 years.
9 years. Imagine, go and check yourself. 99% of the time, you will be criticized that you could have done these things much better. Somebody will come on your face, and somebody will write you, or somebody will talk at the back of you.
True.
But you're moving forward. You're constantly trying to move forward. Because out of that 99, you're figuring out what areas I need to improve, and one area which you're good at is you're excelling further.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Right? So, this is a message I want to give it very, very candidly to the people here, is that, guys, this is the way life is. And but don't get hooked onto it. It's better to move on. Move forward.
Connecting this, I love this life. Yeah. Connecting this to entrepreneurship. How do you know when, okay, I need to press through, I need to have grit, or I need to take a step back and, as we say in startups, pivot a little bit? Do you have some insight into that? How do you know when, you know what, I'm doing the right thing, I'm not seeing the results, I need to push through, as opposed to, ठीक है, कुछ और करना पड़ेगा? Any insight on that?
Okay, so let me say 2-3 things here. First of all, in entrepreneurship, right, out of 365 days in a year, 364 days are bad. Only one day is good.
Please remember that.
Right? But that one day makes up for your 364 days.
Oh, brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
So that you should remember in life. And second stuff, it is not that the next day morning you will start and say that there's something is going wrong, I need to correct it. Right? It doesn't happen that somebody will come and tell you this is something going wrong. It's your evolving as an individual that is more important.
Amazing.
Right? People think that market will tell you. No, it's market not tell you. It is you who needs to see that market, whether it's going right or wrong. It is you who needs to see whether the product is running right or wrong. Because even if somebody will come and tell you, until unless you are ready to listen to and imbibe that stuff and feel it, you won't change it.
Okay, that's an insight. Yeah.
Right? So what I'm trying to do is entrepreneurship is an ever evolving process as an individual you are. Every day you need to evolve, and every day you know, and that evolving process will make you understand whether my business is running fine or not. Should I need to pivot or should I not need to pivot?
So much good.
Right?
And how do you facilitate that? So what I'm hearing is entrepreneurship is like karma yoga.
Tapasya.
Tapasya. I love it. How have you evolved as a human being? Do you have any practices? Some people journal, meditate. How do you ensure that you're constantly evolving as a human being, and what does that mean to you?
So first thing, it may sound very philosophical here.
No,
that's the way I am,
this.
right? It may sound very. I fundamentally believe, and this is after so many years of my life, right? Every individual, like everybody says it, so I'm also saying this, is that every individual God has given certain strength. Right? I don't believe in weaknesses, by the way. Right? I don't like the word weakness. I like the word strength. Right? God has given strength to everybody. Everybody is come with some kind of strength.
Yeah.
So every day in the morning when I get up, I tell myself that God has given me these three, four strengths. I need to develop this further and become an excellence in this. Right? Okay, so because I don't believe weakness, and I'll tell you the theory behind it. There's a long answer to this very clearly. The theory to it very clearly is that if you have a weakness, which is 10% of overall 100% of your life is, whatever you work, you will take this 10% to 30%, 40%. If you have a strength where you're sitting at 40-50%, if you work on it, you will excel to 70-80%.
I see. So the return, we love this term in at Athena, ROTI, return on time investment, is much higher for a strength.
Strength.
Got it.
Very clearly, because then you're excelling in something. If you're trying to improve your weaknesses, then you're not excelling on something, you're actually then you're nowhere. 50% there, 40% here, then you're nowhere in between. You're sailing in nowhere boats in life. So it's better to work on your strength and excel that further. So coming to the answer to the very clearly, that I go and see myself every day that how God has given me strength and how do I improve it every day further. Okay. First is this. Second stuff, very clearly, the process is to never look back in life. Never ever. If you ask me how, like people remember, I remember my 12th farewell, these things happen, I don't remember. I don't remember. Exactly, I don't remember. People ask me, your daughter was born, you cried, I don't even remember it.
Got it.
Personally also, that's sad on my part certain times, but that's the way I am. I think you should never look back in life, right? And you should always look forward. That's the way you should live it. So, I don't see what happened yesterday. I see what's going to happen today.
But what about looking back to really analyze what went right, what went wrong, what you should do more of, what you should do less of? I mean, do you see value in that? How?
When I say look back, doesn't mean that you should not analyze the past. Look back in the sense that they look back in terms of the problems which you faced it and you cannot solve it, or people criticized you or not solve it, right?
Gotcha.
Or
Okay.
what not worked out for you is not going to look back. Look forward means keep on moving to solve the problems every day,
Understood.
right?
Don't live in any regret. Okay, this
No
happened.
ways.
Okay, what can we do now? What's the
can-
best we can do now?
Yes.
Got it.
Third, very clearly, everybody has a constraint on resources in life.
Mhm.
Right? When I say constraint on resources, whether it is in terms of the monetarily, whether it is in terms of timing, whether it is of the people, whether it is of connections or anything another source in life, right? You will always be constrained, and there is somebody who is always going to be ahead from you. Somebody will have more money, somebody will have more resources, somebody will have more connections, somebody will have something or in life, right? You will always find somebody is higher than you in life, and you will always be feeling constrained in life. So life has always been the constraint. Now, so that does mean how I think about it, that what are the resources which are available with me, and how can I use these resources to make it a much more larger game for me? And for that, I need to evolve every day.
Amazing. It's such a simple and powerful philosophy. Okay, these are the resources I have. It's like, okay, these are my cards in poker. How do I play this hand as well as possible to get to the next level?
So three things very clearly. You know, there's no set stuff. But that you have the strength. Just work on that strength.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
You have the resources very clearly, and everybody will have constraint in the resources. Work on resources what you have and build on the top of it, and you will evolve every day. Third, never look back and see a regret in life. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward.
That's amazing. Love that. Curious, how do you apply these principles as an adult now? Like, what are some challenges you faced in recent years? I know there have been so many ups and downs with COVID and so on. How do you inspire, motivate yourself and the people around you to look forward and be solution-oriented?
So by God's grace, I never had a dull moment in my life. Right? And I said, of course, I have a lot of, I have more downs than the ups, right?
I think it's because
Yeah.
you are anything but dull.
Yeah. So, but I never feel dull about it. I feel there is something to improve every day, right? And honestly speaking, these are the three things which I said keep me moving.
Got it.
Keep
So
moving.
what I'm hearing is like, I think the perspective you bring, your view, how you see a situation really changes how you interpret it, right? You can either look backward and have regrets, or be like, okay, what can I learn now? Let's focus on solutions, which is also how you approach business. You know, what are the problems you're facing, your customers are facing? Constantly communicate with them. And I like what you said, like know their heart, know your team's heart, and just keep moving. Wow.
Look, and analogies, like these guys are playing, the young guys are playing sports also nowadays. So look, sports teaches you a lot.
Which sport did you play?
I play. Everybody played cricket in India, so I also played cricket in India, right? So nothing new. But if I look back and see myself, like if people ask me whom you look up to in life, I look up to Kapil Dev, I look up to Saurav Ganguly, I look up to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. I don't watch cricket because the skills, or because of the thrill. I watch cricket to see how these guys behave in a particular situation. Right? I'm still not a great fan of Virat Kohli, but I'm a great fan as a batsman to him, not as a great fan of a leader. But the way Dhoni, Ganguly, or Kapil Dev has taken the country in a very different fashion as a cricket as a country, and how they behaved in a particular situations, that matters to me a lot.
What were the life lessons you garnered from these cricket captains?
Look, it's well-known fact, but still I'll put it from my own perspective. So why I love three of them?
Some people in this, some youngsters may not even know Kapil Dev. So let's.
I think after 83 people will know, right? So look, how I'll tell you the difference now. And three are very different leaders. Okay. Kapil came into the country when people used to think we are just playing for the sports, for those just playing for the purpose. Nothing. There's no purpose behind playing this sports right now, right? But it transformed the cricket into getting cricket World Cup, and then it becomes a what do you call it?
True national
sports now. Saurav Ganguly came in when Indian cricket was in a deep state, very very deep threat right now. That time where there were controversies all over around, where Sachin Tendulkar was the captain, Azharuddin was the captain, and there were a lot of controversies going on. He built the team from there and get them confidence. And I'll tell you the different theories around it. Now, that's where it's all business and the theories are very. And Dhoni came in when there were too many big leaders in the team, and then he combined the team and took it up.
Got it.
And gave them confidence that we can win the World Cups all the world, right? So, and I'll tell you the different theoretically leadership theories around it.
Okay, wow. Yes.
Right? So, if people understand cricket, in a cricket there is T20 has come now. Let me just compare all of them with the one days, because three of them has either Ganguly has reached the World Cup final, or two of them has won the World Cup finals. Right? So let me just give you a theory. In the cricket, what happens is first to 15 overs are power play overs. Now it's first to 10, and then you can take 10 to 20 and everything. But there was a time of 1 to 15 used to be the power play over, and then 15 to 50 used to be normal overs. Now there's another power play which comes in 10 to 50. Now look at the theory of these three very guys differently. Right? Kapil Dev was a time that he used to give confidence that guys, we can play 50 overs.
Oh, wow.
Right?
There was a lack of confidence.
There was lack of confidence.
Wow.
Right? He gave that confidence that we can play 50 overs and then we get them out and we can win the game also. So there was lack of confidence in the team to win. He gave that confidence to the team. Now, how did he give the confidence to them? Because he keeps on believing in himself and keep on believing to other people also. Then one at a time, one match winning, second match winning, third match giving them, build the momentum around that confidence. Right? Now, this is the way he talked about, we have to play 50 overs. Don't worry about anything, we can win it. It is not about that we can get out at 40 overs, you have to win that game at 50 overs. That's the confidence he gave it. Saurav Ganguly came in, of course he built the team around it and everything, but the most important thing is that if we have to make 300 in a 50 overs, he will come in, go and tell it to Sehwag and Sachin, dude, this is a 15 overs, you have to make 150 out of this. After the other 35, we can only make 150 because then Rahul Dravid is coming. Right? Or I am coming or whatever it is, right? These are the two opening. You have to get maximum run in first 15 because their field is less. Rahul Dravid was just the fun part of the story, but the field is inside and then you can get a 150 runs in this and then we can make it a 300 run around it. Right?
Got it.
So now let's come Dhoni came in. He completely turned around. He said that we don't have a problem in 50 overs because now we know how to play 50 overs. Why should we worry about play overs? Let's keep the wickets intact with us. Even if the 100 runs required in last 10 overs, we will make it.
Wow.
Right? Now, the confidence in himself that even if I come at 10 overs, I can make 100 runs. Right? The confidence is rubbing off to other players that we can also do it.
Got it.
Right? So now different leadership quality, different thought processes, different confidence levels. Now, he gave the confidence that he can play 50 overs. He gave the confidence that even if we make 100 runs in 15 overs, we can win the game. We can make 300. And third guy said that don't worry, keep the wickets in. We can still make 300 even if we got 100 runs in just 10 overs.
Amazing.
Right? So the guy started giving very confident. Now let me just give a further deeper to it. If you don't mind, I'll get you a little deeper to it very clearly. Kapil Dev gave confidence that we can play these overs, right? Kapil Dev same time gave the confidence that you can play Marshall, you can play all garners, you can play all the biggies of the fast bowlers of the world and give them confidence, right?
So,
Ganguly came and gave them confidence that you are also king. It is not there. That time Kapil Dev gave you can play, but the king is them. Now Ganguly coming that no, we are also the king. So he gave that confidence that you are nothing less than this guy. Or you may be more than this guy.
Got it.
Right? That gives aggression in the country. Big time. To Yuvraj Singh, to a Harbhajan Singh, to a Zahir Khan, to go and play and full aggression around it in life. Right? Now Dhoni came is completely other way around.
Okay.
right? He said that, okay, now you know that you're the king. You know you can play them. Now let's play a completely game of mental. Calmness के साथ we play this game and very clearly we play with the mind of the other person instead of playing only the skill game.
Ooh, got it.
Right? Sorry, we're going
Amazing.
deeper
No,
to
I love
it, but
it. I love it.
Yeah.
No, I think there's so many life lessons from sports
Yes.
because it's very clear who wins, who loses. So you have to, as you said, you have to constantly improve yourself. Right?
Now, what do you learn from the business point of view in this? Like, Kapil Dev is a startup point of view.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Ganguly is a middle point for you.
Got it.
And Dhoni is a finisher for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, entrepreneurship or life is a cycle, right?
Amazing. Got it.
This is you will learn from Dhoni, Virat Kohli and somewhere else, but I learned it from these three, right? So,
Amazing. So how do you translate this into a day? So kind of making it more tactical. Can you walk us through how you structure your day, your morning routine, your evening routine, within work, what you do when, and for greatest creativity and productivity?
So as I mentioned, the day in the morning start is thanking God what strength you have. Go for it. How do you evolve today? That's very important. But the third part which I want to tell you very clearly is, Rahul, is people tend to do a mistake in life that they think that if they're speaking more, they're doing more. So your day should be more listening and adopting than speaking and giving stuff to the people. Right? So I fundamentally believe if there are 10 people in a meeting room and if you are the silent people, doesn't mean that you're the most idiot. I think you're the most smartest.
Yeah, especially in this day and age, it's all about talking, expressing,
so,
which is important. But
because it is not necessary you need to speak. If you're listening to everybody and then if you have a strong point of view, then you go come and speak out. That's a better skill than speaking unnecessarily out of life. Right? Because what happens is that you're adopting things much more faster in a listening mode. When you're in a speaking mode, you're not adopting things faster. So I always fundamentally believe what is the strength where you need to play. You have to evolve every day, but you need to also keep on listening to the people in life. As I mentioned, customers' life, you have to people, if half after them he's speaking, you're listening, you're on it. But listening is a much better skill which I want people to learn now as compared to speaking around it.
Got it. Active listening. Okay. Love it. We want to start a new segment here.
Sure.
Kind of a rapid fire round. Have a few questions here. If you can limit it to maybe 3 words or a sentence. 3 skills you want young people to focus on.
I think skill is overrated. Attitude is underrated. So I would rather go for attitude than the skills. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So 3 things I think very clearly is focus. The attitude has to be, the focus has to be completely. They don't clutter your mind with too many stuff. Very clearly.
Got it.
Second is keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. There's no other way in life. In life to move. This is the way in life. Keep moving forward. Right. And third, very interesting, be desperate in life.
Ooh, what do you mean by you have to explain?
If you're a
that?
desperate, that's a great attitude.
Hungry? You mean like stay hungry?
Hungry is still not the word. Desperate. I want to achieve this.
Ooh.
Right? I want to do this.
I have to ask, so would you consider yourself desperate even now?
Every day, every minute.
How do you keep that desperation up after, you've achieved a certain level
As I
of
said,
success?
there is somebody higher than me in life anytime. And other part of the story I'll tell you very clearly is how do you keep desperation? We are the only country which is developing in the world right now. We are the only country who has the biggest of the opportunities because we are the highest growth country in the world. We have so much to do in this country. Short answer to the question is everybody crips about it. There is problems in the country. Go and work on it, man. right? So there are too many things to do. So that's an aspiration for me to make things happen.
Wow. So the mission is far beyond yourself. It's national development.
And money follows, fame follows, fame follows.
Yeah, reminds me of that 3 Idiots quote. Lovely. What's one value you hold? I think you got to that attitude over skill. But is there any other value that
So
you
look,
think?
two things which I fundamentally believe in life. Well, very, very fundamentally believe. Being humble and integrity.
Humble and integrity.
Whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's a teacher, whether a mentor, whether an investor, anything around in life. Team. To an extent maid. To an extent your driver. Anything around in life. You need to be humble and integrated. Be honest to yourself, to others, and be humble to yourself and others also.
Got it. Whether it's people at home or
Anybody.
you interact with Google Ventures and so on, same philosophy applies to everyone.
Anywhere.
Humans are humans.
Anywhere, because that will only take you up in life. Because when you're humble, your integrity is high, you will be able to listen to people in a very different fashion.
Got it. What is excellence to you? Excellence is blank.
In a lifetime, you can never achieve 100% anything in life, right? So for me, excellence is a word when you achieve 70 to 75% of any skill, attitude, anything you wanted in excellence in life is when you achieve anything on 70 to 75%, you achieve certain excellence, right? So there's nothing called 100%. Like light is also evolved. Some scientist has build light or bulbs around it in life, but that is also lighting is also evolving, right? So that time he's achieved excellence of 75%, but that is also evolving every day. So excellence for me is anything at a particular period of time which is supposed to achieve, and you achieved at 75%, that's excellence.
Interesting. Okay. Lovely. And one question we love to ask is, what's one thing you know now that you wish you knew when you were 20 years old?
A lot. A lot. Let me tell you. I think I've done. In fact, everybody done much more mistakes than the good things in life, right? Yep. So, but I think me personally have done much more mistakes than the normal guys can do it, right? Sure. So it is a little emotional answer, but let me just give answer. I think if I heard my father properly in my teenage, I would have been a much different person early in my life, instead of realizing it later in 35 years of age that my fathers were right. My father was right, and then I need to listen. I need to do what
there's wisdom there.
There's wisdom, and I didn't do it. And this is humble request to all of you guys who are listening right now. Here is that when everything is going good, there will be people around you who will tell you all the good things. But when nothing is going right for you, it's your parents who are going to do it. So do remember one thing, your parents are always with you, and parents' wisdoms are always helpful for you in life. Nobody can guide you much better when you're down, your parents can. That is very, very clear. So the kids does mistake nowadays, but honestly speaking, when you're down, your loved one, which are your parents, can only give you right advice. Otherwise, people can give you a lot of advices, a lot of gyans, you will get it, but loved one will give you the right advices. Because they know you much better than anybody else in the market.
This is true. Okay, some more rapid fires. This is about you. What's the most used app on your phone?
WhatsApp.
We know WhatsApp. After WhatsApp, any others?
After WhatsApp, it's Google.
Okay. What musical genre do you listen to? Or maybe even a particular song?
No, I evolve every day, as I said very clearly. So I always try to listen what young guys want to listen to.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Keep your finger on the pulse. What's your preferred mode of payment?
UPI.
We can edit that.
No, it's okay, UPI.
Got it. UPI it is. And your favorite sport? I think cricket.
Any day.
Absolutely. Okay. This or that. Google Pay versus Paytm.
Paytm,
Paytm. Zomato versus Swiggy.
Zomato,
Experiential learning versus academic learning.
experiential learning.
Tea or coffee?
Tea,
Tea. And Netflix or Amazon Prime?
none of them.
No.
I don't watch them at all.
You didn't watch them? Well, you did watch 83. That was on Netflix.
No, but I went to the theater and watched.
Oh, got me there.
Yes.
Lovely. What's how do you like to spend the evenings after work?
If it's my daughters around, I would love it. If they give me time.
They're difficult. Teenagers these days.
Yes.
Lovely. We have one signature question. I think we'll end with that. I think it puts a cap to everything. What's one thing you want to see in the world or in India specifically in 2023? You know, what would make you, because you think a lot about how in 2035, let's say 10 years from now, because you're thinking a lot about how India is developing and so on. What's one wish you have? What's one thing you want to see 10 years from now?
Very idiotic answer, but I'll give it to you.
Those are the best ones.
Better coordination between government departments in the country.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the capability issue, it's not an attitude issue. It's a coordination issue.
Mm-hmm.
To give you simplest answer, one department will put a red signal on the road, the other electric department will come and put a light in the front of it and you cannot see the signal. Right? One department will lay the road, the other department will dig the road for putting the pumps inside. Right? So this is at a grassroots level, but at a broader level there are much more coordination issues. Better coordination in this country by using tech would be a very interesting project.
Maybe that's something where young people can get more involved with.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you, Rahul, this question.
Yeah.
I think you will have multiple departments.
Yeah.
And the way your business is more people driven as compared to tech driven.
Mm-hmm.
Right? For you, coordination is much more important.
Yeah.
Between different departments.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Your company will fail if there are coordination issues within the different departments. Right?
Right.
It is as true for any corporate, any country, anywhere in the issue that if there are no coordination between different departments.
Right.
And then if people ask you why are you creating different departments, the coordination, because different departments require to focus within different areas.
Correct.
Right? And there is a coordination and communication issues, you will never be successful. So people fails or companies fails because they have internal coordination and communication, not because of the market.
Ooh, that's a heavy hitter.
That's a fact. As I said, India is full of opportunity. World is full of opportunity. If you are evolving every day, market fade, evolving, everything will happen. But if these two things are not solved within yourself, you have failed. Ask yourself.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Right?
True.
If there is no coordination and communication within the company, you will fail anyhow.
I think that's a great point to end with. Just focus on your own development, and in an organization, development is coordination between departments, and that is a bigger reason companies falter and even fail than the market. It's all about yourself.
And so I'll end it with very clearly that be selfish. Selfish doesn't mean that you don't have humbleness or integrity with other people. Selfish means evolving yourself every day. Look at yourself, introspect yourself every day. That is more important.
Basic. Shailaz, thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy.
Wonderful.
Thank you.